Class, you are welcome to the class today. My name is Professor Ayo Jerome Adekunle. Welcome. The topic before us is Principle of Home Science and Technology, which is NUD 221. I want to really appreciate the relationship between home science and food science. Talking about principle of home science deal with the entire family, talking about member of the family and all their individual their uses, including shelter and including the diet and also food. Another thing, the course we are into now look at how we look at the issue of the food. That brings us to the topic for the week, which is definition and scope of food science and technology. And our outline for the week include definition of food science and technology, food science and technology historical perspective, food science technology specialization, career opportunity and educational requisite of food science scientists, and importance of food science. By definition, food is defined as a substance which, when taken through the body, gives energy to the body and support its growth. Food science may be defined as a body of coherent and systematic knowledge which deals with the understanding of nature and composition of food materials and their behavior under various conditions to which may be subjected. Technology, on the other hand, is the practical application of scientific knowledge to a particular process. In this case, we are going to look at the issue of food. That is our own area. Summarily, food science and technology is application of the basic science, biotechnology, engineering technology, reproduction, processing, packaging, nutrition, and evaluation of food. This, as earlier said, we are started by bringing us to the future of food because our own focus is food. Food is what the family need. I tell us before about home science. Food is the principal thing that the family is basing upon, and therefore all effort must be needed to be able to understand what food is. Based on this simple definition, food science enables one to understand nature and composition of food, human nutrition requirements and nutritional conditions at different food, interaction of food components, causes of food spoilage, among others, method of food preservation, behavior of food under different conditions of processing, preservation and storage, effects of manufacturing operation processes, and storage condition on the qualities of foods, effect of food on human nutrition. We can see generally that food science covers all aspects of food, so that with this knowledge, even the home scientist people who now take it up, particularly this class, nutrition and dietetics, all these are the knowledge needed so to prepare you that when you go to the profession in practice, nothing will be difficult. As you understand food and the content, then you know the nutrient inside and you know how to apply it. Historical perspective of food science and technology. The history of the development of food technology dated back to prehistoric times, when the early men discovered that salting and smoking of meat or burying his animal in snow or keeping the series he had collected on fire tops helped to reduce the incidence with which they spoil on prolonged storage. This technique is not only found convenient but helpful in the maintenance of steady supply of food all year round. And that is the story of the beginning. This development dated back to when the early man started the art of cultivation and thus began to have agricultural surplus. Most food processing operations seems to have begun as extensions of kitchen preparation techniques, scale up to furnish enough surplus products to be sold outside the household. This was the pattern of food processing took place in Europe and America. Those are developed countries until industrial revolution, when the major quantitative changes in food processing operations began to be made. Not only were factories enlarged, much of the manual laborers were replaced by machinery, and that is what we call development. See, like I've said earlier, it's not just enough to bring food together. The development now begin to change as they are seeing the need. When the people eating are increasing, quantity also will increase. And when people are aware of what they are eating, the quality also will increase as well. Modern innovations have given the food industry a range of functions for community simply processing of raw food materials into finished or semi-finished products. The expansion of the scope of food technology after World War II can be attributed to mainly to higher institution Department of Science and Technology. By 1950s, most leading universities and polytechnics in Europe and America offer courses in food science and technology. Nigeria also share in the initial slow development of food technology. Traditional processing methods of most Nigerian food delicacies have given perfected since the years, and that is a real development so far. Nigeria is also following a track. We have known that tradition could not be able to sustain, and we have moved to modern technology. Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, established the first Nigerian Department of Food Science and Technology in 1970, charged with the provision of scientific mandates who will be used to improve the quality and quantity of local food manufacture. And that is the order. This university take the lead, and we can know that there's the one Dr. Ngodi, who happened to move from the outside the country to Nigeria, having understood what it takes and seen the advantage, came down to bring about this great program profession. Many other higher learning have followed this example. That is what happened. Immediately, this started from Ife. Other universities all over, the federal universities, state university, from Ile-Ife. He moved to university, Nigerian University, NSUK. From NSUK, he moved back to Ibadan University. Then straight to University of Maiduguri. That's how they spread the establishment of science department from all departments. Similarly, food industry has sprung up tremendously within the past decade, and with the government emphasis in agro-based industry. Food science and technology is expected to take enviable position in nation building, industrialization nation in America and Europe, and also extended to our nation among the developing country, Nigeria. We now look briefly. This great profession, food science technology, have also areas of specialization. And these, among other, include food chemistry, food microbiology, food engineering, food quality control, food packaging, food management, food nutrition, cereal technology, meat science and technology, dairy science and technology, even food business. All these things have area. That is, at the end of this program, An individual who went through it can be one of these things that we have just made mention. And that is the key word of improving quality of food altogether. Let's briefly look at career opportunities of food scientists and technologies. Career opportunities of food technologies include quality assurance, technical and sales services. I must try to tell us very clearly, quality assurance is the key for any country that want to have quality food. As we are seeing today, quality assurance monitor the raw materials, the processing and the product to give the nation a good and befitting food qualities. Technical sales and services. As a food scientist as well, because they are full of knowledge of food composition and food uses as well, they can participate also in sales of food. In other words, convincing people how to be able to be buying and others. Product development. This is a great area that now comes up, in which that we are able to look at what we have around in form of products, raw materials available in local areas, and be able to come out with a viable product from them. And that is how now in Nigeria, particularly here, we are now having different type of food from our local products. Even apart from raw materials from the villages around, we can as well look around at the already product in the market. We can take a look at them, research on them, find out where they have fault, and we improve on it, and also capture with another different food. It's a great welcome idea. You can imagine the Nestle company in Nigeria have gone vast. A look to the factory of Nestle. They have R&D, research and development, where great people, professions who have been employed, put hands together to look at things around and come out with better products. Also, process development. Yes, very important. The processing we are using, the village technology we are using is no more surviving. The rate of growth, the expansion in the population, we need to move up. And that is why we need we have to improve on the processing of our product. Automation, we are now bringing in new automated machine that is able to produce at faster rate and with quality food. Also, food scientists can work in regulatory work like NAFDAC, like SON, Organization of Nigeria, and other areas, because of their vast knowledge on food, the quality of food. They can work there to supervise and monitor how this analysis can be carried out and be applied. Also, among opportunity, as a food scientist, we have the privilege to also work in the university, polytechnics, where we can as well impart knowledge to the up one that is going up. No, if the knowledge is not transformed, it's not transferred, it will soon die off. So university is a set of area, polytechnic as well, where knowledge of food, the composition, the transformation, the packaging, the sale, the improvement can be imparted on the young ones who can as well move further. Extension education. We can as well as scientists work in extension field where we are able to go to educate the people, awareness of what is going on so that they can as well buy it. Also, we can work in the basic and applied research area. Research centers like IITA in Ibadan we can work there. Also, we can work in FIRO, Federal Research Institute, and we can work also in the Risiri Institute of Badeji. These are the areas where we can go and then impart knowledge therein and then improve on the quantity. Under this, our topic this week, we want to look into the importance of food science and technology to our country, Nigeria. This possible role of food science include provision of food, provision of food, and quantity of food demand at all times of the year. This is very, very important. Provision of food, and that is number one important thing. The three basic essentials of mankind are food, air, and shelter. Of these, food is said to be the most important. It follows, therefore, the greatest concern of man of any nation is how to supply food to the people being governed. Very important. Because if you cannot supply food to them, then we are not existing at all. So Nigerian government have been into this one. If you look at the history before, the government have been trying before to the earlier people when we have the Operation Feed the Nation. We now move again to a Green Revolution. We move. All these things could not solve the problem because the food have been produced abundantly but could not be processed. And during the off-season, the people want also go into scarcity again. However, the bringing in of food scientists have now made it possible that the great improvement in quantitative production in the agricultural sector can be transformed and be preserved. And that is where the food scientists are working hard so that we don't have excess wasted, so that food are made available conveniently from place to place. Number two important reason of food science in Nigeria is maintaining or improving nutritional quality of total food supply and hence the health of community eating it. We will note carefully, just from this subheading here, maintaining or improving nutritional quality of the total food supply. This is a great important area you need to delve into. It's not enough to produce food. The food must be actually all right, because good food, a food we produce and actually poor is of no use. Human being need nutrient to grow, need nutrient for also energy, need nutrient to repair worn out tissue, need nutrient to have good health. So therefore, all these things must be made available so the people coming in are able. I will say health of the community. When proper food, qualitative food, high nutrition food are supplied of a truth, the community will visit clinic at less rate and less money is being spent. The community will be healthy and they can put in their best, become stronger, good idea. There is a marked incidence of malnutrition, high mortality rate among children, a wide range of nutritional disorder, goiter, promolarities, discovery, and beriberi, blindness, stunted growth among the adult. These are what we are witnessing in this nation at the early part of the century. And despite the food supply, we have now traced that all these problems are as a result of lack of one nutrient or the other. Technologies now have offer solutions by now producing quality protein from unimportant sources to enrich local food such as gari, pura, fufu, and other similar low nutritional quality. These are the area. You know, in our nation now, we have special food. You can now imagine now that you can take one food, we can like gari, we can fortify gari, we can add to gari vitamin A. Just putting red oil will be there. And you carry vitamin A. Vitamin A help guide against blindness. These are the things we know. We can add to gari even soya beans. Soya beans contain protein, which will help in growth. So in various areas, different things are taking place now in Nigeria now. The advent and the knowledge of orange flesh sweet potato, a recent development now. The orange flesh potato have been known to contain what we call carotenoid, which is provitamin A. Now you can use the same thing to enrich. We can use to enrich drink like kunu can be used. It means that you have now added more vitamin A. Children can take it, adults can take it. We can use also sweet potato as well. This orange sweet potato, we can add it to biscuit as well to improve it. All these things are the area that we can go further. Apart from that one as well, we have now known that some of the food that we say they are not important. They are important. For example, food produced from fungi, they are important because you can now grow mushroom. Mushroom can be grown and can be added. We can also get single cell from a yeast protein to add to improve the nutritional quantity. Various areas, even in this country, the thing that we used to throw away that we call waste, we can harness it and bring out of it even nutritional food like protein, as we are now doing. Moringa. Now moringa, we can go further having moringa protein concentrate. We can extract the protein and add to food, and then the consumer get improved. Lastly, here is and this importance of food is provision of convenient food with a view of reducing labor usually attached to food preparation. Yes, in the time before, the issue of food, you have to start from the raw food and prepare, go through the long firewood, peeling the firewood, making it, and then prepare the food. All those things, it has made it inconvenient. In this era where the husband and the wife go out for work now to make money, economic thing, and come back late, how will they eat? That's a problem. Even at work, but the technology have now evolved a process to produce quick cooking and convenient food that can now take long time to resolve all these conflicts. And this is very, very important now in the country where we are. Now that we can prepare food takeaway, food can be canned, food can be packed in Tetra Pak and make available. You can have canned soup, you can have canned beef. These days, you can have things, all these are noodles, all these fast food, they are now available that one can take within a few minutes, you prepare and eat. Even earlier on as well, in this country, we have canned soup and we have also a egusi soup as well. You can just be very fast and then you make everything and take away. We have biscuit, energy biscuit, proteinous biscuit. They are all being produced that you can take as a snack in the office while you are working. It's convenient. At home, you can, within 5 minutes, food is on the table. And all these things are as a result of application of knowledge of food. So we have now seen that these are the things that is transforming food science in the nation. Like Nigeria is very, very important. And we cannot overemphasize the importance of this program. So it's worth it, particularly nutritional dietetics that are now coming up now. Knowledge of food cannot be overemphasized as a profession in nutritional dietetics that is going to create awareness in the public. You must be able to convince them what the food contains and what the food contains, the importance of the composition, and as well how it can help them to grow at grass level. So I wish you that as you go again, look at it critically. It's not enough to cram it off head. The aim of this particular lecture is to bring you up that you can now be able to go ahead and practicalize what we have said. Class, this is the end of our lesson on this week. Now, the assignment for the week. We have 3 important questions that will help us to look back again. 1, list 10 common foods grown in Nigeria. I know. Then number 2, define food science and technology. Number 3, enumerate 3 importance of food science technology in Nigeria. This is the assignment which I think I employ you to work upon critically, and you will be happy that you have taken the knowledge. Thank you, class. Well done.